Hi, I'm Lucas. Welcome to the Lab Rat's secret Nanovor site. Not everyone in Hanover High knows about the Nanovor, but you found it. Congrats! We knew you had some Lab Rats potential. If you want the full story on how I discovered these nanoscopic battling monsters that live in everything digital, check out the videos in the Nanolog by clicking on the Nanolog tab above. From this dashboard, you can find other players to battle and trade Nanovor with, manage your Nanovor collection, player profile, or friends list, and even get more Nanovor for your collection. I'll get out of the way so you can get to battling, but you can always click on a question to get more info. See you around, and watch out for the Snake Pit crew. Click the red exit button to leave the tutorial. How do I get into battle now? If you want to get into battle as quickly as possible, click the big Battle Now button in the lower right-hand corner. Now decide how many people you want in the battle. 2, 3, or 4 players. Don't worry, the computer finds perfect matches for you to play. You just wait until the contacts have been made. For your first couple of games, I suggest just doing 2-player battles. 3- and 4-player games might take a bit longer to determine a winner. How do I find friends to play online? You can find and make friends in a number of ways. Friends appear in their own section, and you can always see what they're doing when they're online. If you know your friend's username, type it here and wait until they accept. You can click on any avatar that you see online to add them to your friend list. Just click their icon and then click on the F button. You can even invite them to battle, trade, or chat this way. If you want to add someone you battled recently to your friends, check out your Last Battled list. What else can I do with my friends? Your friends list shows you who's online and what they're doing. Click on their avatar and you can invite them to do all kinds of things. Clicking on the B button opens up the battle screen. You can invite up to 4 friends to battle this way. Remember, it may take a sec for your friend to respond to your request. Clicking on the T button invites your friend to go with you to the trade area, where you can swap Nanovor and EMs. Clicking on the C button invites your friend to a private chat room just for you and your friends. We Lab Rats use ours to plan new strategies for the next time we face the Snake Pit in battle. Speaking of the Snake Pit, if you end up getting one of them as a friend by mistake, just click the R button to remove them from your friends list. Clicking on the X button hides the avatar menu. How do I get to other parts of Nanovor? Nanovor is about more than just battling. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, and you can check it all out by using the buttons at the top of the screen. Click Collection to see all your Nanovor and EMs. It's here that you can view, study, and even name your Nanovor. The Evolve tab takes you to the evolution trees, where you can evolve your Nanovor into new and more powerful fighters. To buy more Nanovor and EMs, just click the Get Nanovor tab. To find out more about Nanovor and their history, read battle help and hints, and watch cool Nanovor movies, click on the Nanolog button. Clicking on the Profile tab will let you change your avatar, redeem gift cards or coupon codes, buy more Nanocash, check out the badges you've earned, and more. Where can I get more help? Click the Quick Tips button at any time to get a quick walkthrough of where you are and what you can do. For more tips, along with strategies and hints, click on the Nanolog tab at the top of the screen. Winning a Nanovor battle is all about building a great team called a swarm. Put together a group of Nanovor whose attacks work well in combination, and you'll splat the other guy's Nanovor before he splats yours. Click a question and I'll tell you how to get started. Click the red exit button to leave the tutorial. Where are my Nanovor? There are 3 families of Nanovor: Magnamods, Velocitrons, and Hexites. Every Nanovor belongs to one of these families. Each family is displayed in evolution trees, where you can find the individual Nanovor. The top row of icons are the Alpha Nanovor, the roots of the Evo trees. If an Alpha is just an outline, you don't have any Nanovor on that Evo tree. If there's a number above the Alpha, there are that many new Nanovor in that tree. Click on an Alpha to see which Nanovor you own in that Evo tree. How do I choose Nanovor for my swarm? First, click on an Evo tree to see all the Nanovore in that tree. Mouse over a Nanovore from your collection. You'll see all the details about them down in the spotlight. If you want to add it to your swarm, just click on it, and the Nanovore will slide over to your lineup. Now it's part of your swarm. How many Nanovore can be in my swarm? Every Nanovore has a swarm value. That's how many points it costs to add it to your swarm. Battles have a maximum swarm value of 1,000 points. When you're putting together a swarm, the bar along the bottom shows you how many points you have left until your swarm is full. If a Nanovore costs more than the points you have left, you won't be able to click on it, and the screen will say, "Swarm is full." If you change your mind and want to take a Nanovore out of the swarm, just click on it down in the lineup and it will be returned to your collection. How do I get more information on my Nanovore? Check out these buttons next to a Nanovore you've added to your swarm. Click on them and you can see stats, attacks, and even what badges your Nanovore needs for evolution. How do I talk to the other players in a battle? Click on the chat button to bring up the chat window. All the players in this battle will be able to see what you have to say. Click the button again to hide the chat window. I'm done building my swarm. How do I go to battle? The clock at the bottom of the screen tracks how much time you have left to put together your swarm. You must finish before the time runs out or the battle will end. When you've selected your swarm and are ready to fight, click the Go to Battle button next to the clock. As soon as all the players have put their swarms together, the battle will start. Dude, it's about the battles, and there is nothing sweeter than putting together a brilliant plan that pays off in your buddy's Nanovore going splat all over the screen. You've already selected a swarm. Now select which Nanovore you want in the arena first. After that, each turn, all you do is select an attack and decide if you want to swap a different Nanovore into the arena. The trick to victory is creating a chain of attacks together that has splat-tacular results. To get started, click a question and I'll tell you more. Click the red Exit button to leave the tutorial. How do I choose a Nanovore to fight? Your swarm appears right in the center of the screen. Just mouse over each Nanovore. Its attacks and stats appear above its picture. Click on the Nanovore you want to use and it appears in the spotlight. That Nanovore is now selected as your first Nanovore. Keep your eye on the clock. It'll count down to the start of the battle, so you'll want to make sure you get your perfect choice in before it runs out. How do I choose an attack? After you choose your Nanovore, its attacks will appear above it at the top of the spotlight. Mouse over one of the attacks and you can see its full description and effect on the target Nanovore. Once you pick an attack, click on it and it'll turn red. Now you need to choose who will feel the wrath of your attack. So click on the Nanovore you want to target with the target. After you choose your attack, you get to swap in a new Nanovore if you want. This is critical for doing combo attacks. If you don't want to swap, click the No Swap button. If you want to swap, just mouse over your swarm to see their attacks and then click the Nanovore you want. It'll appear just above your Nanovore and be waiting to come in after your first Nanovore finishes its attack. If you're ready for action, click Confirm and get set to watch the fireworks. Why is my attack grayed out? Sometimes you may have an attack that's grayed out and you won't be able to use it. No problem. It just means that you don't have enough energy to power it yet. Each turn, your swarm gets 2 points of energy, and each attack costs energy. Compare the attack cost to how much energy you currently have to see if you can use that attack. How can I learn about my opponent's Nanovore? Just mouse over your opponent's Nanovore to see its attacks and full stats. You can also see your opponent's swarm and check out who he has waiting to ambush you. But you can only see Nanovore that have already been in the arena, so you won't know about all the nasty surprises waiting for you. What is a spike? Spikes are cool combo moves that require you to do some planning, but get you huge splatter-causing results. First, you need a Nanovor that can do a spike override attack. You can see the spike placed in the same spot that displays overrides, just under your avatar at the top of the screen. Then, you need to swap in a different Nanovor which has an attack that does extra cool stuff when a spike override is in place. Each family of Nanovor has their own spike overrides and attacks, so be careful to match them up right. Magnamods use red spikes, Velocitrons use yellow spikes, and Hexites use blue spikes. Where can I learn more about Nanovor strategy? The Nanolog has details on each Nanovor and their strengths and weaknesses. Check it out after the fight to get some good tips from us lab rats. Winning a Nanovor battle is all about building a great team called a swarm. Put together a group of Nanovor whose attacks work well in combination, and you'll splat the other guy's Nanovor before he splats yours. Click a question and I'll tell you how to get started. Click the red exit button to leave the tutorial. Check this out! Doc Zap figured out how to energize Nanovore to get them to evolve into a more powerful version, or even totally new types of Nanovore. The tricky part is that each Nanovore needs a specific pattern of energy modulators, or EMs as we like to call them, to go all transformer for you and evolve. To get started, click a question and I'll tell you more. Where do I get EMs and what do I do with them? Do I have the right EMs? How do I use EMs to evolve my Nanovore? Just tell me the answer. You get EMs in booster packs, or you can trade them with your friends. Collect and assemble the right pattern of EMs to evolve Nanovore into more powerful versions, or totally new types of Nanovore. Do I have the right EMs? All the EMs needed to solve the pattern for this Nanovore are at the top of the screen. The racks hold the EMs, and the number tells you how many of each EM you have in your collection. If you don't have a specific type of EM, the rack will be empty, and you will not be able to solve this pattern until you get the right EMs. How do I use EMs to evolve my Nanovore? Drag and drop EMs from their racks to an open clamp. Each track represents one attempt to solve the evolution pattern, so finish one track before starting another. When you've filled all the clamps on a track, flip the switch to see if your pattern is correct. The lights at the end of the track tell you how many EMs are in their right place, but they don't tell you which EMs are right. You have to figure that one out through trial and error. A green light means one of the EMs you're using is the right one, and in the right place in the pattern. A yellow light means one of the EMs you're using is the right one, but it's in the wrong place in the pattern. A red light means one of the EMs you're using doesn't belong in the pattern. Let's keep trying until we solve this pattern. Don't worry about using up the EMs. They go back to the rack if you guess the wrong pattern. All right, we did it! Now watch the fun as this Nanovore evolves! Just tell me the answer. As the lab rats solve and confirm each evolution pattern, I'll post them in each Nanovor's nanolog entry. So if you get frustrated by a pattern, check there. Click the red exit button to quit the tutorial. So you've got a pile of nanocash burning a hole in your virtual pocket. Well, what better way to spend it than on more Nanovor and EMs? To get started, click a question and I'll tell you more. What's in a booster? How do I buy a booster? How do I get more nanocash? Click the red exit button to quit the tutorial. There are different types of Nanovor and EM boosters. Each type of booster contains different items and costs a different amount of nanocash. A basic booster contains 1 Nanovor and 3 EMs. An EM booster contains 6 EMs. We like to call them 6-packs. A lucky 7 booster gets you 7 Nanovor, including 1 rare one. How do I buy a booster? Choose the kind of booster you want and click Select. Now pick a booster and drag it over to the Nano Hub. Click the Buy Now button and congrats! You own a new Nanovor or EMs. Check out your new purchase by dragging it to the reader at the bottom of the screen. How do I get more nanocash? You can click to enter credit card information to purchase nanocash directly. Remember to get your parent or guardian's permission to do that. If you have a Nanovor gift card or a coupon for nanocash, go to Profile to enter your code. Click the red exit button to quit the tutorial. I hate it when Drew has a new Nanovor that I can't find, or she gets one of those rare EMs and acts like a big shot. But she's cool enough to trade me for stuff she wants that I have. Trading is just like swapping cards, but so much more awesome. To get started, click a question and I'll tell you more. How do I start a trade? How do I look at a Nanovor's stats? Can I trade EMs? Can I cancel a trade? Click the red exit button to quit the tutorial. Your collection is on the left-hand side, and your friend's collection is on the right-hand side. When you invite a friend to trade, you get to build your offer first. Just drag and drop a Nanovor you're willing to trade from your collection to your trade window. Next, drag and drop a Nanovor you want from your friend's collection to his trade window. You can put as many Nanovor as you want into a single trade. When you're happy with the trade, click the big red Offer button to make the offer to your friend. Now, your friend can accept the trade or offer a new deal. When you both agree on a deal, hit Confirm to accept the trade. A trade costs each player 4 nanocash. How do I look at a Nanovor's stats? Drag a Nanovor to the viewer to look at its stats, attacks, and even the badges it's won. It's a good idea to be looking at Nanovor pedigrees while you're waiting for your friend to make a decision. Can I trade EMs? Well, of course! Click the EMs tab for your collection. Drag and drop EMs into the trade window. You can even mix EMs and Nanovor in the same trade. Can I cancel a trade? You can refuse to accept any offer and can quit the trade screen at any time. Once you accept a trade, the deal is done. The new Nanovor or EMs are in your collection, and the ones you traded are in your friend's collection. Click the red exit button to quit the tutorial. All lab rats need secret identities, and here's where you manage yours. You can also check on your battling street cred and input gift cards. To get started, click a question and I'll tell you more. What's my profile data? What is my player history? What is my NMP? Can I change my avatar? How can I view my badges? Click the red exit button to leave the tutorial. This screen shows the email you used to register your account, lets you change your password, and tracks your nanocash. If you have a coupon code or gift card to redeem, just click the button and enter the code, and nanocash will be added to your account. What is my player history? Player data is information about you and all the cool things you've done in Nanovor. You can check out important stats like how many games you've played and won, how many Nanovore you own, and how many enemy Nanovore you've squashed. What is my NMP? NMP stands for Nanovore Master Points. It's a score based on the games you've played and the battles you've won. The higher your number, the more you've done. Can I change my avatar? Sure. Just double-click on the avatar you want. How can I view my badges? Click the Badges tab to see the badges you've earned. Click on each one to see what you did to earn them. Badges are awarded to you and your Nanovore, so be sure to show them off to your friends for bragging rights. Click the red Exit button to leave the tutorial. Winning a Nanovore battle is all about building a great team called a swarm. Put together a group of Nanovore whose attacks work well in combination, and you'll splat the other guy's Nanovore before he splats yours. Click a question and I'll tell you how to get started. Click the red Exit button to leave the tutorial.